Their shields are failing.
Targeting Romulan warbird.
Fire.
Really?
Yep.
The Romulan warbird.
Anyway, back to the plot that was so rudely interrupted.
Beam down coordinates selected.
So the guide says to bring 3 people. So I get a fourth of my choice.
Captain Picard, please report to the transporter room. Lieutenant Commander Data, please report to the transporter
Bring
room.
one of the nobodies.
Lieutenant Commander LaForge,
That was the plan!
please report to the transporter room.
I'm bringing Karlstrom.
Ensign Karlstrom, please report to the
Business
transporter
sexist.
room.
He's an ensign. And a blue shirt.
You gotta have a red shirt.
I do. It's called Captain Picard.
He's not a red shirt.
No, I don't need the data crystal. Well, we could send Karlstrom away and let's see what Butler looks like.
Ensign Butler, please report to the transporter room.
Nope. Well, she's a gold shirt, so technically a red shirt in TNG.
Yeah, there you go.
The tricorder indicates something might have been covered up by this rock slide.
Well, Ensign Nobody, time for you to perform your noble sacrifice. You didn't die.
I don't
Congratulations.
think that would be too good an idea. I don't
Give
think...
it time.
Some of the data has been corrupted over time. However, I believe the ship's computer can still extract a great deal of information.
I'd like to get this information into the ship's computer and find out what it is.
I'm not sure what to make of these readings.
Even though some of the data has been corrupted over time, our computer can probably deduce a wealth of helpful information from it.
Also, by the way, you want to make sure you take the isolinear rod with you from the computer, because you can leave it here and then have to come all the way back to get it.
No boy.
This looks like a device for analyzing and recording astronomical observations.
This device is similar to a subspace phase spectrometer, which is normally used to measure the intervals between subspace phase fluctuations.
The device is like a subspace phase spectrometer. We use them to measure the intervals between subspace phase pulses.
I'm not sure what this is.
Of course you don't, Ensign Nobody. Oh, so that's how I access that.
If I were to speculate, I would say that this particular site...
That would
Let's record as much as we can. Our computer can analyze the data and make sense out of it later. For some reason, this was used to keep its instrument constantly pointed at one specific object in the sky. This is a highly advanced subspace phase spectrometer. I understand it's used by astronomers to measure the interval between certain subspace fluctuations. Beam us up. Captain's log. The archaeological site on Horst remains a fascinating mystery. I'm hoping that our ship's computer will be able to analyze the tricorder data we discovered at the Chodak site and tell us quickly what we need to know.
So what exactly did you accomplish?
I learned about the Chodak
Oh my god.
and gained some, like, star charts and something.
Sir, we are receiving a signal from
Did I mention
Starfleet.
this game is
It is
really
Admiral
boring?
Williams.
On screen. Greetings, Admiral. What can we do for you?
An unknown alien race has just crossed the neutral zone into Federation space.
Like, I know
All
I'm doing
attempts
a
to
stream
communicate
of
with them have
a
failed.
roguelike game that you never leave the starting town, but at least the stored contents change.
Are they hostile?
Definitely. So far, every ship and outpost in their path has been attacked, disabled, and left for dead.
Do we have any idea of their objectives?
That's the strangest part. It looks like they're pursuing the Romulan fleet into the Zatanus Nebula.
Then my first instinct will be to let them go with our blessings.
I wish we could.
Oh boy, an unknown
Unfortunately,
alien race.
Outpost
Is
Delta
this Borg?
08 lies directly
No.
on their present course. We can't afford to lose it. Proceed at best possible speed to the Yaz system and intercept.
Understood. Picard
That
out.
stupid race they made up to hunt
What are your
the
orders,
Borg,
Captain?
No,
to try to make us feel bad about the Borg.
no.
In, Voyager.
This was years before Voyager even started airing.
Set course for the Yaj system. Maximum warp. Engage.
What are your orders, Captain? Do we actually need to go to this nebula that everyone cares about? No, fuck that.
Not yet.
Fuck that, we got some Phoenix Wright shit investigation to do. Let's rub some inventory items against each other.
Unidentified alien vessel ahead. They have locked weapons onto us.
Red alert! Shields up!
Hail them.
There is no response. They are firing.
Evasive maneuvers.
Go to red
Enemy
alert.
ship is
Ship
firing.
is decloaking.
Torpedo away. We have been hit.
Also, we do want to flee this because this unknown alien will obliterate us.
What does this unknown alien look like?
Oh, you'll see. I want to save that.
It looks like nothing's yet.
Holy shit!
Admiral's log, stardate.
This is why I save.
You got blown up,
Yeah, noticed.
and the alien ship is never more than a brownish, squarish thing.
Yeah,
Unidentified alien.
Red alert!
it packs a
there's-
punch.
Which is appropriate because it's shaped like a cardboard box. Which means that the alien vessel is actually Solid Snake.
There we go, I escaped. Barely.
It's wiggling around, do anything.
That's just how the thing seems to work. I can't seem to heal the ship while I'm not in combat.
That's good game design right there.
Oh, I can't use the make it so cheat, I should say.
No. Outpost Delta 08.
This is how you know this was supposed to happen.
What was supposed to happen? You're supposed to go there?
That I'm supposed to run away. This was what I was coming to defend.
And then you showed up and saw the alien vessel and said, fuck defending that.
You saw how blowed up I got the first time.
Captain, sensors indicate that the outpost has been destroyed. There are no survivors.
Mr. Data, check the ship's computer for any possible identification of these aliens.
We have no record of contact prior to these attacks.
There have been rumors of a war between the Romulans and an unknown race on the other side of Romulan space. Perhaps these are the same aliens.
I want to know why we had so little warning before the alien vessel's attack.
We did not detect them on our sensors until they were already within visual range.
Did they have a cloaking device?
During the battle, our sensors registered emissions similar to those of the alien probe that attacked Merton's stations and the planetary shield protecting Frigis.
A chameleon field?
That appears to be the case.
Perhaps these aliens were also responsible for the attack on Merton's station.
Have been attacking the comm stations exclusively on their way to the nebula?
No, they mean like they didn't even see it on their sensors until they were right on top of them.
No, it's because it's the critter that can fold the time continuum or whatever the fuck.
That has nothing to do with this game.
The chameleon field is an ancient Chodak technology. These aliens might have borrowed it from them.
Mr. Data, plot the course of the alien vessels based on their attacks in this sector.
The pattern of their attacks would indicate that they are headed for the Zatarnus Nebula.
Then it appears that the Romulans aren't the only race seeking the Unity device.
The aliens might have borrowed it from them and forgot to return it. The late fee's really stacked up.
I have correlated the ancient Chodak star chart with our own astrogation charts.
Does it reveal the location of the Unity device?
Thousands of years.
I can find no mention of the device. However, the chart does contain the planet Alanor.
If Alanor was the administrative center of the Chodak Empire, isn't there a chance some trace of the Chodak remain, even today?
That sounds like a long shot.
It might be the only one we've got, number one. Where is Alanor?
The planet is located inside the neutral zone.
Troy, why are you contributing nothing?
I don't think we need to worry about the treaty at this point.
5 places you visited have been to find Alanor, and now you're wondering
Still, we
if
must
maybe
use
it's a good
caution.
idea to visit Alanor?
There is a provision of the treaty which allows for scientific research.
Like, seriously?
We'll use that as a cover for our mission.
Oh, I like how we need a cover for going into the neutral zone after the Romulans have invaded the sector.
Mr. Worf, inform Starfleet.
Aye, sir.
Lay in a course for Alanor, Warp 5. Engage.
You're already at war. Let's go to war in the neutral zone.
That's what I was just saying.
If and when North and South Korea go to war, the demilitarized zone will be meaningless.
Warp engines unable to sustain current speed. Reducing speed to maximum warp. Warp engines unable to sustain current
son
speed.
of a bitch.
Reducing speed to maximum
Did you
warp.
get random attacks again?
Warp engines unable
No,
to
I keep
sustain
hearing
current
warp
speed.
engines cannot
Reducing
sustain
speed to maximum warp.
current speed,
Warp engines
reducing
unable to
to
sustain
maximum
current
speed.
Reducing speed to maximum warp. Warp engines
it
unable
keeps
to sustain
going,
current speed.
and my speed gets
Reducing
lower.
Speed to maximum warp. Warp engines unable
Oh
to
my
sustain
God.
current speed. Reducing speed to maximum warp.
0.1.
Warp engines unable to
Well, let's
sustain
see.
current speed. Reducing speed to maximum warp.
And to warp
engines
2.4,
unable
it's
to
still
sustain
going
current
down.
speed. Reducing speed to maximum warp. Warp engines unable to sustain current speed. Reducing speed to maximum warp. Warp engines unable to sustain current
I can't
speed.
find
Reducing
engineering
speed to
until it
maximum
stops
warp.
talking.
Matter-antimatter reactor down.
Oh, nope. I can't warp at all now.
Well, you broke it.
Go to red alert.
Help you over. You can stop playing the horrible game now.
What the f... It says everything's repaired.
Matter-antimatter reactor down.
Oh, what the hell. Where's the matter reactor stuff? I need to fix this, apparently.
Miss LaForge, you have engineering.
Yes, sir.
There we go. Turn the LaForge delegation on. Okay. Now can I warp?
Engage.
There we go.
Captain, I've been studying our records of one of the Chodak devices we found on Horst 3. It appears to have been designed to measure the period of a pulsar for use as a standard of time.
Translating Chodak time units would be a major breakthrough. It will give us a better understanding of Chodak science.
Unfortunately, the Zatarnis Nebula has expanded since the Chodak abandoned the station. The nebula now completely obscures the pulsar.
The nebula grew that quickly?
The Zatarnis Nebula is one of the youngest celestial bodies in the galaxy.
Are there observations of a pulsar in that region of space?
None in Federation records, but the Chodak star chart does contain a pulsar at the proper
The
coordinates.
Chodak were so great and invented all this cool shit, they wouldn't have disappeared and been wiped out. True fact.
They didn't have their Big Brother machine anymore.
Can we observe the pulsar ourselves?
The pulsar is on the far side of the nebula. It cannot be observed from anywhere within Federation space.
Does it have a name? We should be sure a science vessel is sent to observe it.
The Chodak chart refers to it as the Gambara Pulsar. It lies in unexplored space near the Romulan border.
Warning. Entering the neutral zone. Entering Federation space. Warning. Entering the neutral zone.
Helm, standard orbit.
Captain's log. We have arrived at the planet Alanor, where we hope to find information about the Unity device, a legendary superweapon created by the ancient Chodak. Although we've managed to travel deep into the neutral zone without being challenged, I feel certain that an encounter with the Romulans is only a matter of time.
So now we will eventually get to meet the Chodak on this mission.
Scan of the planet. The surface is heavily damaged and radiation levels are high,
You could slap
possibly
them
the
for being
result
such
of war in the
obtuse
distant
fuckers.
past.
I just travel
Are there
back
any
and
life
forth across the
signs?
galaxy just to get to this stupid shit.
No,
You
sir,
didn't even
but we
break
have
the
detected an
super weapon.
extensive
We have to
network of
finish the
caverns
job
below
for
the
you.
surface. We are picking up Cochrane field emissions from one of the chambers.
Is it a natural phenomenon?
I do not believe so. The field is exhibiting a binary modulation pattern, which may imply some form of computer in operation.
Sounds like a good place to begin a search.
Sir, many of the caverns are
Cochrane
heavily
field
shielded.
emissions. Does
Our
that mean
comm
that they have a
systems and
Jason Slayer
transporters will
there?
be unable to penetrate them. The nearest beam-in point is more than 3 kilometers from the Cochrane field source.
Then that will have to be close enough. I'll lead the away team myself.
Captain, we have no idea what's down there. We can't risk...
Number one, we have no choice. The Unity device, if it exists, could be a weapon of incredibly destructive power. We must learn what it is and what it can do. My knowledge of the Chodak could be vital to the success of our mission.
All right, sir. I'll assemble an away team.
Make it so.
Card, you don't have any knowledge of the Chodak. You've been going around Googling shit. Worst way possible.
Beam down coordinates selected. Captain Picard, please report to the transporter room. Lieutenant Commander Data, please report to the transporter room.
For the first time, we get to bring Worf.
Lieutenant Worf, please report to the transporter room. Lieutenant Commander LaForge, please report to the transporter room.
Nah, he'll just get clowned like he does all the time.
Can you locate the source of the Cochrane field the ship's sensors detected?
Or if we need to bring you along so the Chodak can prove how badass they are by punching you.
Direction.
If the source of the Cochrane field emissions is truly an operational computer, there's no telling what we might learn.
I just hope there's enough information to allow us to find the Unity device.
But first, we must tricorder every door.
Oh god.
The grill has a latticed molecular structure. It may have been engineered to optimize energy dispersal.
Why didn't you just tricorder every door when it said that it was 3 kilometers away?
The tricorder scan did not provide any.
Because the guide says so.
God.
Subject, door.
Can we, instead of doing this, can we show the
not
clip
open
from
the
Rick and
doors.
Morty with the real fake Doors commercial on?
Never seen Rick and Morty.
Oh my god. And you're doing this instead of watching Rick and Morty. What a horrible misappropriation of your limited time on Earth.
We should not open the doors.
Now I'm gonna have to dig up that clip and send it to you.
We found a Chodak schedule.
I have recorded the information.
And the reason we wanted to scan the doors was because scanning them revealed that there is radiation behind the doors that lead to the Cochrane field.
Nothing.
Oh, I want to set that to max power.
Nothing.
What? Oh, alloy seal.
There you go.
I will have to watch that later, because I can't click outside this window right now.
No.
What do you think of Chodak technology, Geordi?
It's a curious combination, Captain.
What do you mean?
Well, a lot of this stuff looks pretty dated by Federation standards. Other things are so advanced I can't even guess what they're for.
Discord for you.
And I have come to realize I seem to have forgotten something back on the ship.
Way to go.
Because, you know, automatically putting it into my inventory
Captain,
would make sense.
Our long-range sensors are picking up a sporadic gamma particle trail. It appears to be headed in this direction.
Could it be a cloaked Romulan vessel?
That is the most probable cause.
If we assume it's a warbird, how long do we have before it arrives?
Traveling at maximum warp, it would arrive in approximately 2 hours.
We can't afford to leave yet. I'm not satisfied with the results of our explorations on the planet. I feel certain we are overlooking something.
Also, this is what happens when you leave without doing what you need to.
Make it so.
So, you know, actually putting the isolinear rod and the rod programmer into my inventory would make too much sense.
Captain Picard, please report to the transporter room.
Somehow.
Lieutenant Commander.
Well, I am dealing with
please
Chodak
report
technology, and I was
room.
given this because it was Chodak technology.
Lieutenant Worf, please report to the transporter room.
So are you,
Lieutenant Commander LaForge, please report to the transporter room.
This passage is taking us farther away from the source of the Cochrane field.
Yes, Picard, I know.
Or do you? You seem to have forgotten something the first time you came here, so maybe he doesn't know that you know.
There we go.
We might be able to use the Chodak isolinear rod to activate this panel. It didn't work. There. This appears to be a list of events.
I can't tell what time span the list covers. Line entry F would be us accessing this panel.
Yep.
The unscheduled arrival at line D is probably our arrival.
Exactly. Then Sentry AA3-G must be that derelict drone.
Let's go back to the first page of entries. Line 6 must be the Romulans' arrival.
It looks like they used the transporter and then returned to the arrival area.
Perhaps they destroyed the main transporter to prevent anyone else from finding any information about the Unity device.
It looks as if the Romulans landed a shuttle in some kind of landing dock as well as beaming in. I wonder why.
It appears to be a control panel.
Let's see. Nope, can't access the database.
It appears to be a control.
Go to the window?